They're off and trotting. She's Lovely, going right out for the lead. On the outside, Broadway Jenny gets away second. Into the turn, racing third. As they race around the turn, going to the backside and the first eight. It's She Golly Miss Molly. Racing fourth, Matter of Lindy fifth. She's going away. And treading the field, Audacious following the early break. Down the backside of the first quarter mark. The leader, She's Lovely, and James Stiltner. Opening quarter 29-1. Into the turn they go. Racing second, that's Broadway Jenny. Third is She Golly Miss Molly at the 3/8 mark. Around the turn, Matter of Lindy is fourth. Jay's going away, racing fifth. Audacious and Billy Carter can see them all. Past the stands first time, coming to the halfway point. She's Lovely, halfway home in 59 flat. Into the turn, Broadway Jenny is here second. She Golly Miss Molly third. Coming to the outside, Matter of Lindy now fourth and moving up. Racing fifth, Jay's going away, and the trailer remains Audacious at the 5/8 station. The leader, She's Lovely, by a length and 3/4. Broadway Jenny is there second. Racing third on the inside, She Golly Miss Molly. Outside, Matter of Lindy. Off stride, Jay's going my way. 3/4, 1:29-3. Making a break, Audacious. 4 in contention with a little more than an eighth of a mile to go. On the inside, She's Lovely. Challenging on the outside, Broadway Jenny with every stride. Less than an eighth to go. On top, She's Lovely. Broadway Jenny on the outside. Broadway Jenny on the outside. She's Lovely. Broadway Jenny. She's Lovely. She Golly Miss Molly. Matter of Lindy. 2 minutes. 3. They're off and pacing. Art of Dancing goes for the lead with Shadow's Mystery on the outside second. As they race into the turn, Rizzy's all in third. Up on the outside, Swingin' Jenny now fourth. Racing fifth, R.E. Shebla. Onto the backside they go. Squeeze Me trails the field. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. Up on the outside to take the lead, Shadow's Mystery and James Stiltner the second. Giving away second is Art of Dancing. Opening quarter 28-3. Russie's all in, pacing third, racing fourth, R.E.S. Shabla as they race around the turn, racing fifth, Squeeze Me, trailing the field, Swinging Jenny at the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway station. On top of the field with the lead, Shadow's Mystery by a length and a quarter. Right there, second is Art of Dancing, halfway home in 58-1. Rizzy's all in, pacing third. Up on the outside, here comes Billy Carter and Squeeze Me. Now third, now second, and moving on the outside. Onto the backside they go. Rizzy's all in is fourth. Fifth on the outside, Swinging Jenny, and treading the field, R.E. Shabla at the 3/4 mark. 3/4 in 1:27-1. Into the final turn, on top of the field, it's Shadow's Mystery. On the outside, second, Squeeze Me, racing third. It's Art of Dancing, off stride, Squeeze Me. Into the stretch, Art of Dancing comes to the outside, but it's Shadow's Mystery with the lead. Art of Dancing on the outside, Shadow's Mystery. Art of Dancing, Rissy's all in. R.E. Shabla. They're off off and pacing, Just Be Talking goes for the lead on the outside. Bieber Hanover on the inside. As they race into the turn, holds position. Up on the outside, a Major Impulse settles in fourth. Getting away third at the pylons as they race to the backside. Tijuana Party. Down the backside they go. Firelight racing fifth. Argowitz Hanover is sixth. Racing seventh is Free Love. And treading the field, I'm an Art Major. Opening quarter 27-2. Straight alignment as they race over to the 3/8 mark. Led by Just Be Talking and Jerry Longo. Right there second, it's Bieber Hanover and James Stiltner. Pacing third as they race into the lane first time. Coming to the halfway point. On top of the field, Just Be Talking. Racing second, Bieber Hanover with a rush on the outside. Firelight off the half and 57-3. Into the turn, going to the 5/8 mark. On the inside, as they race around the turn, going to the 5/8, it's Tijuana Party. Moving on the outside, Free Love with cover, now fourth. Sixth on the outside, Argowitz Hanover. Racing seventh, a Major Impulse. And treading the field, I'm an Art Major. Three wide on the outside. Here comes Billy Carter at the 3/4 in 1:28. Closing on the outside is Free Love. After the leader, Just Be Talking. Little more than an 8 to go. Just Be Talking with the lead. Free Love on the outside. Bieber Hanover looking for some daylight. Ducks to the inside. Through the stretch, it's all Jerry Longo. Glad Be Talking. One. They're off and pacing, going for the lead. Swaggersaur XX on the inside, goes for the lead. Bobby the Greek gets away second. Into the turn, RN Nate third. Up on the outside, Ideal Ace now fourth, now third and going on. Capital Builder racing fifth. Down the backside, treading the field, Pavarotti Blue Chip. Go on to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, Swaggersaur XX with the lead. Opening quarter 27-2. Up on the outside to take the lead, Stephen White and Ideal Ace. Racing third, RN Nate. Into the turn fourth, Capital Builder. Racing fifth. As they pass the stand for the first time, coming to the 3/8 mark. On top of the field, it's Ideal Ace by a length and 3/4. Swaggersaur XX racing second. Third is Bobby the Greek. Into the turn, RN Nate fourth. Racing fifth, Capital Builder. And treading the field, it's a race around the turn. Going to the backside, Pavarotti Blue Chip. On to the 5/8 mark. The leader, Ideal Ace by a length and a half. Racing second, Swaggersaur X Rex. Racing third to the outside. Here comes Roger Plant and Bobby the Greek. Now third, moving up. RN Nate tips to the outside. Capital Builder scoots up the inside. 3/4 mark. 1:23-4. Into the final turn, Ideal Ace with the lead. On the outside, Bobby the Greek challenging second. Less than an 8 to go. Bobby the Greek on the outside. Ideal Ace, Bobby the Greek inside. Swaggersaur XX, but it's Bobby the Greek. They're off and trotting. That's Fair Glider going for the lead on the outside. Believe in Him gets away second. Southwind Ferrari up on the outside, now second, and goes off stride as they race around the turn, going to the backside. Fair Glider and Eric Davis show the way by a length and 3/4. Betsy Brown and Believe in Him right there second. Racing third, Handsome Devil and Billy Carter taking a seat fourth. Into the turn, Cousin Rickard over to the quarter in 29 3/5. 4 in contention. Southwind Ferrari back 5th, racing 6. Royal Bahama and moving on the outside 7th as they race around the turn. Go on to the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time. Eric Davis and Fair Glider lead the way by a length and 3/4. Believe in Him right there second. Racing third. Handsome Devil into the turn 4th. Cousin Rickard halfway home in 1 minute and 4/5. Southwind Ferrari 5th. Lucy Man racing 6. Royal Bahama trails the field onto the backside and the 5/8 mark. On top of the field and with the lead, it's Fair Glider opening up now by 2.5. Believe in Him is their second. Racing third. Cousin Rickard down the backside. Go on to the 3/4 mark. 1:30 and 2/5 into the final turn. Fair Glider with the lead. Believe in Him trying to close the gap second. Cousin Rickard racing third. 1/8 of a mile to trot. On top, it's Fair Glider now by 2.5. Believe in Him is second. Outside, Cousin Rickard through the stretch. It's all Fair Glider and Eric Davis, coast to coast. Believe in Him second. Cousin They're off and pacing that Silver Wings going for the lead. A Wild Impulse on the inside second as they battle into the turn, going to the first 8. Racing third, down along the pylons, Easy Biscuit. Onto the backside they go. Racing fourth, San Antonio. Racing fifth, going to the first 1/4 mark. On the inside, Blissful Artist. Field by the 1/4. Malfunction of the timer. Malfunction of the timer. I don't think they went the 1/4 23 and 2. Into the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. A Wild Impulse leads the way by a length and a 1/4. Silver Wings racing second. Easy Biscuit pacing third as they race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. Up on the outside with the cover, that's Jump the Shark. On the inside, San Antonio moving on the outside, up and out. As they race into the turn, going to the backside in the 5/8 mark. Trapped in at the pylons as they race over to the turn. That's Chuck Perry racing to the backside and moving to the outside from dead last. Here comes Marvelous Falcon and John Wagner. 4 in, 4 out, down the backside to the 3/4 mark, sticking the head in front. Easy Biscuit on the outside. On the inside, a Wild Impulse at the 3/4 mark. As they race around the turn, racing third, now second on the outside and closing in, Jump the Shark. They've got an 1/8 of a mile to go. Easy Biscuit with the lead. Jump the Shark trying to close the gap. Easy Biscuit on the inside. Jump the Shark coming late on the inside. But it's all easy. Off and pacing, going for the lead. On the outside, Franco, Dreaming Genie. In between horses, Check Hanover gets away second. Racing fourth, Chasberry. Fifth is High Tech Honey. As they race around the turn, racing sixth. As they race to the backside, Oh Sassy and trailing the field. Go on to the first 1/4 mark. It's Mystical Storm. Down the backside they go. On top of the field, it's Linda Shadle and Franco. Opening 1/4, 29 and 1. Into the turn, racing second. That's Check Hanover. Racing third, Dreaming Genie. Around the turn, fourth. It's Chasberry. Racing fifth, High Tech Honey. At the 3/8 mark, racing sixth, Oh Sassy and trailing the field. Following the early break, Mystical Storm. They're passing the stands first time. Linda Shadle and Franco lead the way. Lori Stark, check Hanover second. The half, 101 and 2. Dreaming Genie and Sierra Graham is their third. Chasberry, Jean Rastetter fourth. Betsy Brown, High Tech Honey is fifth. Into the turn 6. Stacy McClanahan with Oh Sassy. Onto the backside they go. Here comes Betsy Brown and High Tech Honey on the move on the outside. Now fifth, now fourth, and closing in. Down the backside, Franco has the lead. Check Hanover closing the gap second. 3/4, 132 and 4. The steps are getting shorter for the leader, Franco, as they race into the turn. Check Hanover closing on the outside. High Tech Honey, 3 wide off the turn for Betsy Brown. Into the stretch they come. Franco with the lead. Check Hanover on the outside. Franco, check Hanover. Dreaming Genie ducks to the inside. Franco and Linda Shadle. They're off and trotting, heads are gonna turn, goes for the lead. Lodi Bank Robber gets away second. Whiz George up on the outside, into the turn. Almar Reba Babe fourth, and trailing the field. Mary's a keeper following the early break. Onto the backside and the first quarter. Heads are gonna turn, has the lead on the inside. Gives way on the outside by Whiz George as they race around the turn. Go on to the first quarter mark, 28 and 2. Tyler Sheehan takes the lead with Whiz George. Heads are gonna turn as they're second. Lodi Bank Robber third. Almar Reba Babe racing fourth, and treading the field. Mary's a keeper as they race over to the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time. Whiz George leads him by a length and a half. Racing second. Heads are gonna turn. Lodi Bank Robber racing third. Into the turn, Almar Reba Babe fourth. Treading the field, Mary's a keeper. The half, 57 and 4. Onto the backside and the 5/8 mark. Whiz George continues to lead for Tyler Sheehan by a length and 3/4. Heads are gonna turn as they're second. Gapped out, Lodi Bank Robber third. Coming to the outside, Almar Reba Babe now fourth. Trailing the field, Mary's a keeper. At the 3/4 in 127. Whiz George now by 2 1/4 lengths. Heads are gonna turn, racing second. Racing third, Lodi Bank Robber. Fourth is Almar Reba Babe. 1/8 of a mile to trot. On top, Whiz George drawing away with every stride. Heads are gonna turn. Whiz George. Heads are gonna turn. Lodi Bank Robber, Almar Reba. Here they come. They're off and racing. That's Cyrus Sealster going for the lead. Good Time and Cam gets away second. Up on the outside, Bet Together. Into the turn fourth. It's Highland Hellion, and treading the field. That's Real Flight. Around the turn, going to the backside in the first quarter mark. Cyrus seals it, and Scott Woogan with the lead. Bet Together and Jean Rastetter up on the outside, sticks the nose in front. Racing third, Good Time and Cam. Racing fourth, Highland Hellion. Opening quarter, 31 seconds. Treading the field, Real Flight. Nose to nose, stride for stride, toe to toe, pats the 3/8 mark. On the inside, Cyrus Sealster by a half ahead. On the outside, Bet Together going the long mile second. Racing third, Good Time Cameron. Racing to the outside, Highland Hellion fourth. Real Flight trails the field. Halfway home in 101 1/5. Into the turn they go. Cyrus Sealster and Doc Woogan show the way in total command. On the outside, Bet Together, long mile second, getting the trip. Good Time and Cam third. On the move on the outside, ready to go 3 wide. Here comes Highland Hellion, and trailing the field, Real Flight. Down the backside to the 3/4 mark. Cyrus Sealster, 3/4, 1:30 and 1/5. Into the turn, Highland Hellion on the outside second. Bet Together racing third. Good Time and Cam races fourth. Real Flight on the outside fifth. 3 in, 2 out, 1/8 of a mile to go. Cyrus Sealster opens up by 2.5. Highland Hellion on the outside. Inside, Bet Together. Through the lane, it's Scott Woogan and Cyrus Sealster. Off and pacing to Mickey Tripp. Goes for the lead with Said No One Ever on the front end. Grabs the lead going to the 1st quarter. To Mickey Tripp. Second on the outside, Western Captive racing third. Fourth on the outside is a race to the backside. Bobcat Bound racing fifth. Take It to the Face and trailing the field. Corner of Virgin. Down the backside going to the 1st quarter mark. Opening quarter, 27 and 2. End of the turn, Said No One Ever leads by a length. Racing second to Mickey Tripp. Up and moving on the outside, Western Captive and James Stiltner. Now third, now second and coming on. On the move on the outside, Bobcat Bound. Now fourth with Cover. Racing fifth, Take It to the Face and trailing the field. Corner of Virgin. Halfway home in 57 and 1. Into the turn, Said No One Ever with the lead for Betsy Brown. Racing on the outside second. As they race into the turn, going to the 3.58 mark, it's Western Captive. On to the backside they go. Racing a close-up third to Mickey Tripp. Fourth on the outside. Down the backside, Bobcat Bound. New leader, Western Captive, has the lead and opens up on Said No One Ever. 3/4, 126 and 2. Into the final turn on the outside. Here comes Take It to the Face. On the move on the outside. Take It to the Face. Grabs the lead on the outside. Racing second. Into the stretches, Western Captive. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. On the outside with the lead and drawing away. Take It to the Face. Western Captive. Corner of Virgin to Mickey Tripp. Off and running, going for the lead. Done and over it on the inside. Inside second, it's held in balance as they race into the turn. Going to the first 8. Around the turn they go. Racing up third. That's Chips Star. Racing to the 3/8 mark. Racing fourth, Stormont Dundas. Fifth, that's Catalyst. Down the backside they go. Racing sixth, Jefferson County, and trailing the field, Mighty Nikki. At the 1st quarter in 30 seconds flat. Into the turn they go. The leader, Done and Over It, and John Wagner show the way by a 1.5 lengths. Held in the balance, racing second. Third is Chip Star as they race around the turn. Up on the outside, fourth, Jefferson County to begin the long chase for Corey Kreiser. Racing fifth on the inside, Stormont Dundas. Moving on the outside with Cover, Mighty Nikki. Treading the field, Catalyst. Halfway home in 1 minute flat. We got 5 in, 2 out. Into the turn, going to the 5/8 mark. On top of the field, been there every step. Done and Over It leads them by a 1.25 lengths. Up on the outside, going the long mile second as they race down the backside. Racing third on the inside, held in the balance. Fourth on the outside, it's Mighty Nikki going to the 3/4 mark. 1:30 and 1/5 into the turn, done and over it, continues to lead the way. Stormont Dundas 3 wide on the outside, now third, now second and coming on. Racing to the outside, held in the balance. 1/8 of a mile to go. Stormont Dundas on the outside for Chuck Perry, grabs the racetrack, done and over it is here second. Through the lane, it's Stormont Dundas, done and over it, held in the balance. Off and pacing, that's My Frisky Boy, goes for the lead. On the inside, Fashion Dragon, as they race into the turn, going to the first 1/8. Up on the outside to take the lead, Fort L. Said and Tyler Sheehan, as they race to the backside and the first 1/4 mark. My Frisky Boy racing second. Down the backside they go. Fashion Dragon is third. Racing fourth, Drive 'em Cowboy. Fifth on the outside comes Artist Ruffles, going by the quarter, 28 and 2. As they race into the turn, trailing the field, it's Thought Provoking. Going to the 3/8 mark, on top of the field by a length and a half. Fort L. Said and Tyler Sheehan. Artist Ruffles continues to move up on the outside. Getting the trip second, My Frisky Boy. Racing fourth, it's Fashion Dragon coming to the halfway point in 58 flat. Fifth on the outside, Match Choice. Racing sixth, the end of the turn, going to the 5/8 mark. As they race around the turn, trailing the field, coming to the outside, it's Stiltner, moving Thought Provoking. Down the backside to the 3/4 mark, the leader remains Fort L. Said by a length and a half. 3 wide on the outside. Here comes Match Choice. Now fourth, now third, closing in on the outside. My Frisky Boy on the inside second. Racing fourth, Fashion Dragon. 1:27 and 2/5. Around the final turn, it's Fort L. Said with the lead. Racing second, My Frisky Boy comes to the outside. Less than an 8 to go. Fort L. Said, My Frisky Boy closing on the outside. Fort L. Said, My Frisky Boy. Fashion Dragon. Off and pacing, Bode 40 over, goes for the lead. Timel Vortex on the inside second. As they race into the turn, going to the first 8. As they race around the turn, racing third. That's All Access. Onto the backside they go. Racing fourth. Down the backside, go on to the first 8. Trailing the field, BP Burner. Go on to the first 1/4 mark. Bode 40 over with the lead for Eric Davis. 29 and 3. Opening panel. Timel Vortex is here second. All Access racing third. Fourth is Cirrus DeVee as they race into the turn. Go on to the 3/8 mark. Followed by Place at the Beach and trailing the field, BP Burner. Out and moving on the outside, taking the lead as they pass the stand for the first time, coming to the halfway point. Corey Braden with Timel Vortex. Racing second, Bode 40 over. First up on the outside, Cirrus DeVee and John Wagner. Halfway home in 58. On to the backside and the 5/8 mark. Continue to show the way. Timel Vortex leads the way by a length and a half. Up on the outside, Cirrus DeVee second. Bode 40 over racing third. Fourth on the outside, Place at the Beach. Racing fifth, All Access. BP Burner comes to the outside. 3/4 in 1:27 and 2. into the final turn. Time-O Vortex has the lead by a length and a quarter. Bode 40 over, back on the inside second. Tiring on the outside, Cirrus DeVee racing fourth. All Access, less than an 8 to go. It's Corey Braden and Time-O Vortex with the lead and drawing away. Battle for second and third. Time-O Vortex. Bode 40 over. Off and pacing, that's He's All About a Bass. And thank you, all my fans. Battle for the early lead as they race into the turn, going to the first quarter. On the inside with the lead, He's All About the Bass. Takes him to the backside, racing second. It's Rock and Roller Coaster up on the outside. Racing second, going after the leaders, thank you all my fans. Racing fourth, Ideal Gemini, opening quarter 29 and 2. As they race into the turn, go on to the 3/8 mark, racing down along the pylons. That's just throw a roll as they race around the turn. Next comes Nana Batman as they pass the stand for the first time, coming to the halfway point. Mr. McSkinney racing seventh. As they race over to the half, it's He's All About the Bass on top of the field by 4. Rock and Roller Coaster is there second at the halfway point. 56 and 2. On to the backside and the 5/8 mark. The leader remains He's All About the Bass. Here comes Tyler Sheehan and Ideal Gemini on the move from third. Now second and after the leader. Taken with him on the outside as well. That's just a throw roll as the 3/4 mark. As they race into the turn. 133 and a fifth. Around the final turn, on top of the field with the lead, with an 1/8 of a mile to go. He's All About the Bass, brings him into the stretch. Racing up on the outside second. That's just a throw roll. Inside, Jerry Longo, Nana Batman to the wire. He's All About the Bass. Off and pacing, going for the lead. Millie B. Gone on the inside. On the outside, Big Jim Slade. As they race into the turn, going to the first quarter with a rush to the outside. Dreams Are True, and Lester Smeal the second to grab the racetrack. Up on the outside, Gifted George racing second. Racing third, Millie B. Gone. Fourth is Big Jim Slade. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. Marvelous Sunset racing fifth, opening quarter 28 and 1 as they race into the turn. Got a driver down, and a loose horse on the track. Loose horse on the track. As they race by the stands first time. Dreams Are True with the lead. The half, 58 and 2. Watch yourselves on this loose horse. We have a loose horse on the track. Watch yourselves. As you race into the turn, going to the backside, on top of the field, Dreams Are True with the lead. As they race around the turn, going to the backside, and the 3/4 mark. Racing second, it's Gifted George. Pacing third, Millie B. Gone. Racing fourth, that's Marvelous Sunset. Now fifth, go on to the 3/4 in 128 and 4. Into the final turn they go. On top of the field, it's Dreams Are True with the lead. Coming to the outside, Gifted George is second. Millie B. Gone racing third. Less than an 8 to go. Dreams Are True. Gifted George closing on the outside. Gifted George on the outside. Dreams Are True, Billy Be Gone, Marvelous Sunset. They're off and racing, going for the lead. That's Jennifer O'Farrell on the outside. On the inside is Rebecca Day, and trailing the field as they race into the turn, Jackie Sager. Onto the backside and the first eight, showing the way. It's Beautiful Brew, Dwight Penrod, along with Jennifer O'Farrell. Right there second is Bet Together, Billy Carter with Rebecca Day. And trailing the field, it's Sierra Graham, One Night Candle, and Jackie Sager, all in straight alignment. Opening quarter, 29-2. They're moving, going to the 3/8 mark, continuing to lead the way. It's Jennifer O'Farrell by a length and a half, racing second. That's Rebecca Day, trailing the field. Jackie Sager with an eighth of a mile to go. Here comes Rebecca Day to the outside second. Into the stretch they come. On top of the field, it's Jennifer O'Farrell, closing on the outside with every stride, Rebecca Day. Jennifer O'Farrell, Becky Day. They're off and pacing, going right out for the lead. That's Sarah Hawkins on the inside. On the outside, it's Mickey Duncan, and trailing the field on the inside, Don Funkhauser. Into the turn they go. We got two in and one out as they race around the turn, going to the first eighth. On top of the field, it's Sarah Hawkins leading the way by a length. Up on the outside, Mickey Duncan is now second and challenging, and trailing the field, Don Funkhauser at the first quarter, 31-1. They battle nose to nose, stride for stride, toe to toe, going to the 3/8 mark. On the inside, Sarah Hawkins opens back up by a length and a quarter. Racing on the outside second, Mickey Duncan, and racing third, Don Funkhauser. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. On top of the field, Billy Carter, Bet Together, and Sarah Hawkins lead the way, and drawing away. Sarah Hawkins, the winner. Mickey Duncan second.